Hello viewers, and welcome to the next part of Ultimate Commuter Chronicles. In this episode, I'll be looking at upgrading the sound system. So I originally bought this car with the intention of just running it like an absolute pig, not washing it, not maintaining it, just driving it through the winter till it died. I've fallen in love with it so much that I've really taken a bit of a shine to it. So I've given it a bit of a clean up, as you can see. It's come up and shined up quite nice for a 14-year-old car. I even had a look at the engine bay. And whilst it's far from a show car, it's come up alright really. There's still a bit of oil on the cam cover, but a lot of the rest of the muck just wiped clean off. But anyway, that's not what this episode's about. We're going to look at the sound system. The 2003 Alto comes with a pretty basic sound system. It's just Clarion old-fashioned head unit complete with cassette recorder and two very small speakers just up in the front of the dash. So I'm going to replace this with this. Wish me luck. First off, a quick demonstration of the stock radio performance. As you can hear, it sounds alright. But it distorts after a while, and on the motorway, it's only really just about adequate for commuting. You really want some louder tunes. So the solution I've gone for is a replacement headset straight from China, about £20. It's got no CD or tape or anything, but it's got Bluetooth, USB, SD card and radio, and that's all I really want. The reviews said it was okay, and it's got 4 speaker outputs on the back and pretty good connectivity, so that should suit my needs really. Up front, I'm going to replace the stock speakers with these Mac Audio ones, specially marketed at this car, so hopefully they'll just fit straight in. And in the back, I'm going to put in 2 6x9s by Fly. I bought these a bit on a whim. I think they're about £40. They had fairly good reviews again, so I'm just going to try them out and see what the sound quality's like. Overall, on this stereo upgrade, I've spent about £80, which, as I'm going to be in this car for a few months, I think it's probably worth it. First things first, off with the stock stereo surround. Then off with the fascia plate. Then I'm going to insert some tools and pull the unit out. So you just take these sort of sticks that you get with a lot of replacement stereos, jam them in down the side. See if I can do this, yep. And then you grab the stereo and just yank it out of the dash. And there we go. Okay, now it looks like I've been fairly lucky. The connectors in the back of the factory unit, the black, brown and the radio aerial antenna, seem to match pretty much exactly what is on the back of this cheap unit from China. My one question at the moment is, as this Suzuki only has 2 dash speakers, how am I going to wire up the 2 speakers for the boot? Now look at the wiring diagram, it looks like the purple and green wires on this brown plug are actually meant for rear speakers. So I'm going to try and see if I can trace them through and see if I can reroute these to the rear parcel shelf. Okay, so I've just had a quick route around the car, including looking within the rear door cards. I didn't bother looking in this front one. I couldn't see any obvious wiring. It's possible that it is there, but I might just not have looked close enough. Anyway, I don't want to spend all day doing this, so what I'm going to do is connect the head unit to these plugs and see if it functions using the stock speakers. So I've turned the car on and we have power. Let's see if we can get some sound as well. Here we go. Now what does it sound like?
I really hope they've got some UK festival dates in their diary this year. Oh, so good. They on Radio 1, that was what you want. Time to catch up with Mr. Jam now.
Hey, that's pretty good. Didn't even get much speaker distortion. Now on to stage 2, putting the speakers in. Looking at the front speaker grille, there's a small notch which looks like I can get a little screwdriver into. Try and prise this up. There we go. And then pull the cover off. to expose underneath finest quality Indian cardboard speaker. All the way off, I recommend wedging a screwdriver under this far side and just kind of prising it off and pulling at the same time. And there we go, 2 screws holding it in. Let's just remove those and pull the speaker out. And after loosening off, they came out fairly easily, just leaving the red and black wires in the hole. Now if we look at the 2 speakers, you can see straight away the old original factory speaker made out of what looks like sort of toilet roll, and the new speaker, which actually looks pretty impressive considering they're only about £10 each, £20 for the pair. Hopefully this will go straight in the hole and just be a factory replacement. But of course nothing's that easy. As you can see, the holes don't quite line up, so I'm going to have to either try and bodge it in or find some other way to make it fit. And there we have it. I noticed there was another mounting hole for a different speaker here, so I've just kind of put it off centre, wedged the screws in. Not the most elegant solution, but it's reasonably firm. Once hidden under the cover, hopefully it will never bother me again. Before I do the left-hand speaker, one thing I've actually noticed is although this was sold as an Alto speaker upgrade, the Mac Audio ones are actually smaller than the stock ones, which might explain why they don't quite fit in the holes. So if you're going to do this yourself, bear that in mind. I think these speakers are perfectly good for this application, but if you want a slightly larger one, that's up to you. So now the front speaker upgrade's complete, let's see what it sounds like.
Last night you were in my room, and now my bed sheets smell like you. Every day discovering something brand new. I'm in love with your body. Come on, be my baby. Come on, I'm in love with your body.
Yeah, it's okay. There's not much bass there, but perhaps that's the settings on the head unit. And I am, of course, going to install the 6x9s as well. So let's go on to them. Just going back to wiring for a second, I've just noticed that the purple and green wires you see here that are earmarked for rear speakers don't have any equivalent wires on the plug that goes into the main wiring loom. So that kind of confirms this vehicle isn't wired for rear speakers. It does make my job quite easy though. All I'll do is cut these wires off just before the plug and then wire in the speaker wire around the edge of the car over to the 6x9s, which I have ready on the rear shelf there. So the 6x9s are now wired in, albeit in a pretty chip shop manner with wires going through the car. Well, I don't really care about that at the moment. Let's see what it sounds like. Sounds pretty good at normal volume. Sounds good to me. So, in a nutshell, that's how you upgrade a Suzuki Alto stereo. Hope you found this useful. I'll be mounting those speakers under the parcel shelf when I can be bothered. But for now, see you next time.